Good afternoon. My name is Andy Stevens, and I'm excited to take you on a tour of special education services that are offered in Pruder School District. Pruder School District is a large district located in northern Colorado. It encompasses many towns, including Fort Collins and Windsor, LaPorte, Wellington, Timnath, and our two mountain communities called Livermore and Red Feather Lakes, which house schools some 45 to 50 miles away from Fort Collins. Pruder School District is a district of more than 30,000 students. Employees and the surrounding community also often refer to Pruder School District as PSD, which is a familiar acronym that's used within the community. Within PSD, almost 9% of our student population receives some sort of special education services through what we call our Integrated Services Department. PSD is the fifth largest school district in the state of Colorado by student enrollment, and therefore we obviously are governed by various Colorado laws for special education. The first of which is known as the ECEA, which stands for the Exceptional Children's Educational Act. This law was passed in 2015 and provides the legal framework for not only our school district, but all districts across the state and how they administer all of the special education services. 504 plans, which are administered under the American with Disabilities Act, are part of special education services that are offered in PSD. Those plans are created by a team of teachers, counselors, students, and parents. And the big thing to note when we talk about 504 plans is that they are legally binding. And so any accommodations that are outlined for a student in a 504 plan, teachers especially need to be aware that those accommodations are legally binding, and if they are not provided, the educator can be held legally responsible. Additionally, above and beyond the ECEA, the state of Colorado is also governed by IDEA, which provides the federal framework for special education in PSD, including what is referred to as FAPE, or Free and Appropriate Public Education, which essentially means that any student receiving special education services has to be allowed the least restrictive and free and appropriate public education. Special education within a PSD school. First and foremost, if you or your student's school ask for special education services, as a parent, you need to know that you have the following rights. First and foremost, any sort of change that the school or you want to initiate, written notice needs to be provided. Some of the changes that a school may want to make would include changing the placement of your student, the identification of the evaluation of your student's performance, or if there was any sort of refusal of FAPE, written notice would need to be provided. Additionally, in order for a school to provide special education services, parents must provide consent. And in order for consent to be given, schools must demonstrate that they have made considerable efforts to contact that legal guardian to attain consent. Additionally, if you as the legal guardian would like to view your student's records, those must be presented upon request, and a school or school district has up to 45 days in the state of Colorado to meet that request from a guardian. Parents also have the right of due process. Due process, simply put, means that if you feel like you or your student have been wronged, you have the right to file a complaint in regards to any special education services that are being provided for your student. In addition to due process in the state of Colorado, parents are allowed to file official complaints with the state of Colorado, and that could include anything that would have to do with your student's teacher, school, or district. In the state of Colorado, there are some parameters around how special education students can be disciplined. First, whenever you are disciplining a student under the ECEA, you need to know that you cannot discipline for more than 10 days for any code of conduct violations. If more than 10 days of discipline are required, then the school must follow the manifestation process to ensure that no student is being excessively disciplined for actions that may be a part of their disability. Now, the caveat to that is you can discipline and remove a student in cases of weapons possessions, drug possessions, or any sort of assault of their peers or school personnel. Lastly, if you find yourself in need of special education services for your student, here are some additional resources that may help you as a member of the PSD community. First, our Integrated Services Department maintains a great website. Here is the URL for that website. And additionally, the Colorado Department of Education maintains a really great document that will help outline all of your rights as a parent of a special education student in the state of Colorado. I hope you've enjoyed our tour today of Poudre School District and the special education rights and opportunities that you have as a parent.